concept of compassion is having like the confidence in yourself to be around those you kind of disagree with, you know, and being able to still maybe not agree with their opinion, but still find some semblance of like humanity, you know, some kind of similarity between yourself. And I think when you can do that with many different kinds of people, it opens you up to a lot of different viewpoints. I think it makes you more empathetic. It makes you more willing to listen to people and again have different perspectives. I don't think being compassionate always means being kind. I think sometimes part of being compassionate is knowing when you have to tell someone the truth and be a little bit harsh. I don't know, I think it's just kind of being honest with yourself, honest with the other person, wishing the best for them, but also knowing that, you know, that's not always through being super happy-go-lucky.
Compassion, it's one of the most beautiful things in being a human being, because compassion allows us to empathize with others. It allows us to understand and, as the quote says, put ourselves in other people's shoes. Compassion is such a necessary part of existing as a community-based entity, as like humans, the human population, I guess, because we need each other to survive, and if we can't understand each other, there won't be any unity. So compassion it's a tool used to unify people and to join people together.
I always thought about compassion as a connection between people, you know? Even though different people have different experiences and I may not be able to understand your experience, in a sense, I relate to it. And I think that's what compassion is, just being able to relate to the other person, even though you may have had very different experiences than the other person. You still feel for them, you're still there for them, you still feel a connection to them, you're able to feel a sense of empathy towards them.
I suppose it's a kind of an awareness of what you can do for people, and how you can do those things, and it ignores like societal pressures. Like, oh, like I don't want to do this for someone. Like, for instance, you sitting here, like I'm sure a lot of people will like walk by this and say, oh, I do this a different time, or not really acknowledging, you know, maybe what it could do to them through helping someone else, like helping you doing these videos. I think it's like a reciprocation thing where you're giving energy to someone else, and it eventually comes back around you. I think it's like a system in that way.
I think compassion, well, what I think compassion is being able to recognize and understand that like everyone has their own situation going on, and even if you don't agree with what they're doing and agree with how they might live their life, I think it's just like important to understand how everyone has different circumstances and you don't know where people are coming from. So
when I think about compassion, I think about people that don't have homes. I think about animals. I think about those that are hurting from mourning the loss of somebody like myself, from contemplating suicidal thoughts. And I think that when you reach out in compassion, you're actually giving a support system to that person. You're building community. You're spreading, you know, a light in this world rather than being negative, because there's already so much negativity we have to fight with the media and the public, that our world is truly lacking that one-on-one, just pure love. And it's really hard to find people that show that authenticity, but oftentimes we are afraid to. And I think that if we truly become vulnerable with ourselves and we seek out God and His kingdom first, I believe that you can truly display the characters of compassion.